Over the last few years, the amount of Star Wars fan films has drastically increased. This may be because of some fans being frustrated with the new Disney era films and have wanted to make Star Wars content they want, or because some creators just want to show off their talents in writing, filming and directing. Either way, some fans' frustration with the latest installments in the Star Wars franchise have increased the demand for fan-made Star Wars films. In this video, I'll be going through some popular Star Wars fan films and telling you why you should or should not watch them. I'll be judging them out of 10, judging them on their links to the true Star Wars films and how they relate to the canon. Are their costumes and props similar to what you see in the Star Wars films? Is their overall story well written and was it entertaining? And was there any cool or interesting aspects of the fan film? Obviously this is just my opinion and I don't mean to annoy anybody. If you disagree with me, let me know what you think in the comments. It will be a semi-spoiler free review. I will be discussing what is in the films, e.g. props, costumes, certain scenes, characters for example, but nothing to do with the actual plot, only whether I enjoyed the film or not. All of these films mentioned will be seen in the description below. The first fan film which I'll be talking about will be Vader, Shards of the Past by Star Wars Theory. Wow, this is honestly one of the best mini-films, let alone fan films I've ever seen. It appears to lead on straight after Revenge of the Sith, with the Death Star still being incomplete and the Star Destroyers look very similar to how they look after the fall of the Republic. The actors playing both Vader and Palpatine give performances uncanny to both Ian McDiarmid and James Earl Jones. Both sound incredibly similar to the original actors in the franchise. This is the same with the voice actors of the clone troopers. Within the film itself, we see Vader's arrogant one-handed lightsaber combat. This is similar to what we see of Vader in Empire Strikes Back, Rogue One and Star Wars Rebels. As well as this, Vader is seen to stop multiple blaster bolts at once, showing he is more powerful than his grandson Kylo Ren. All of these aspects tie into the original and sequel trilogies so well. The attention to detail in this film is amazing. Darth Vader's lightsaber, Anakin's medallion from the Phantom Menace, Vader's suit and the sets themselves are all cinema quality, all of which make this film more of a spectacle. My favourite scene in this film has got to be the repair/surgery scene on Darth Vader. If you like the back-to-tank scene in Rogue One, then you will love this scene. I genuinely think it is better. Overall, we see a different side to Vader, one which is more conflicted with the pain of Anakin Skywalker, showing that he is not more machine now than man. We start with an incredible 9 out of 10. Odyssey, a Star Wars story by Mav Films LLC. If you enjoyed Rogue One, you will love this fan film. This fan film is incredibly gritty. It shows the true heart and spirit of the rebel soldiers. The story follows Odyssey Squadron, a group of rebel soldiers who are instructed to infiltrate and disarm an Imperial base. This fan film is incredibly well made. The space shuttles and Star Destroyers look as if they're straight out of the original trilogy. The costumes and props look cinema quality also, especially the stormtroopers. The attention to detail is incredible, from the control panels to thermal detonators to the astromech droids. The addition of the Wilhelm scream makes the fan film more like a true Star Wars movie. My favourite scene in this movie is when the rebel soldiers are scouting out the Imperial base with their binoculars. You see the Imperial turret on the outside of the base, which looks incredible. This scene looks straight out of Rogue One. Taking into account the amazing story and the creator's incredible attention to detail in this film, it gets an 8.5 out of 10. The Last Padawan by Jesper Toons. This film tries to put his own take on which Jedi actually survived Order 66. This fan film is about a surviving Padawan who was instructed to find kyber crystals on Dantooine. This was by his master before she died during the Jedi Purge. However, the shadow of the Empire isn't too far behind him. This film starts off really well with a cinema-worthy title crawl. The scenery is chosen really well and the costumes of all but one of the characters look incredible and all resemble the Clone Wars era. The costume I did not like is the Inquisitor. I much prefer the Inquisitor costume shown in Star Wars Rebels. As well as this, the lightsaber choreography starts off slow but does build up into more of an interesting battle. If this lightsaber battle was more interesting, I definitely would have enjoyed this movie even more. The lightsabers themselves look okay, but do not compare to the one seen in Star Wars Theory's fan film and other films which will be mentioned later in the video. However, with all of these fan films, all of the space scenes and Star Destroyers look incredible. Also, the writer's use of the phrase "I have a bad feeling about this" did give me a bit of a nostalgia trip. I did enjoy this movie and its story, but it did not compare to both Vader and Odyssey. 7 out of 10. Darth Maul Apprentice by T7pro. This is another fan film which is on par with both Vader and Odyssey. It follows Darth Maul's training just prior to his appearance in The Phantom Menace and how he officially becomes a Sith under the orders of Darth Sidious. The opening scene appears to be inside an ancient Sith temple which looks incredible. This is where Maul is training. His fighting style looks incredible and is so similar to that what we see in The Phantom Menace, The Clone Wars and Star Wars Rebels. The attention to detail in this movie is also incredible. Maul's makeup, the radios the Jedi use, all of the costume scene, The droids and Maul and Palpatine's voices are all as if they were in The Phantom Menace. It is amazing how close the likenesses are. The space scenes again look incredible, which is becoming a common theme with all of these fan films. All of the scenes where the Force is used are incredible and my favourite parts of this film. This is especially shown in the fight scene between Maul and the Jedi who have come to fight him. On a downside, there are two criticisms I have with this movie. The Togruta Jedi, similar to Shakti, does not look too great and neither do the lightsabers shown. However, I appreciate that these films are incredibly difficult and expensive to make, so this is easily forgotten. As the attention to detail in the rest of the film is fantastic, the story is incredible and is incredibly well made, I can't avoid giving this film a high score, 8.5 out of 10. Han Solo, A Smuggler's Tale by Jamie Costa. This is another very good fan film and is incredibly well made. It shows Han Solo on what appears to be Tatooine sometime before A New Hope but after Solo, a Star Wars story. It is incredibly fast paced from the start, showing Han being beaten up for cheating in a card game. I'm unsure what card game it is as it does not look like Sabacc. Again, the space scene looks incredible. This is an excellent fan film with links back to the expanded universe, which is incredible, as this is something which Disney have been semi-reluctant to do. The costumes looking cinematically accurate, especially Han and Chewie. It is genuinely incredible how good they look. It looks as if Jamie Costa and the other creators of this movie stole the costumes from Lucasfilm. My favourite scene in this fan film is where Han's intelligence is shown and he uses it to get out of a sticky situation. Han appears to use the Force to help rescue Chewie from the villain of the film. Now bear with me, watch the film and see how this is made possible. This movie really sits well within the canon of the Star Wars films we already have. The story was really good, but I can only consider it a filler film as opposed to the other Star Wars fan films we have mentioned, which offer something different to the Star Wars universe. I'll give this film 7.5 out of 10. These are the main fan films I thought were the best out of the selection I watched for my research for this video. There are some notable mentions I watched as well. They are Skywalker's Apprentice by Banana Dragon Productions, Star Wars SC-38 Reimagined by Fix It in Post, and The Grey Jedi by bryane-b Arts Production. Let me know what you think of all the fan films I've mentioned and if you disagree with me in the comments. It will be interesting to see what you think. As I said, all of the fan films will be linked in the description. I hope you enjoyed the video, like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.